So is speed greater than perfection? How do you balance the two? When is one preferred over the other? How do you create a margin of error when you prefer speed over perfection? We have 6 days left until we pick up Ella. This is the Hybrid Family Vlog, episode number
23.
Yeah. Okay, so Jing, let's start off actually with when perfection is preferred over speed.
I think there are certain professions that absolutely perfection should be over speed. Of course, there's still a balance, but you probably tilt towards perfection.
For example,
Being a lawyer,
being a lawyer.
being a doctor, but for startups, especially, I don't know, for other professions.
That's a good point, right? It's about the type of business, the stage of a business, and also the job function within a business. So when I think of looking at Debt Maven, Elite Meat, the Hybrid Family, and how speed has been beneficial over perfection, is that, for example, with Debt Maven, I believe one of the reasons why our customers like what we do is that it might be 6 a.m. in the morning, it might be 11 p.m. on a Saturday night, but we really emphasize being responsive. And yes. I think that responsiveness creates a margin of error when you're building up goodwill with the stakeholders in your business. The other thing is with Elite Meat, and when I think back to February of 2016, when my co-founder of Elite Meat, John Allen, he and I were planning the event, it's kind of crazy to think back how it all came together, but actually it's quite simple. You have an idea. If you build it, they will come, and you just start going. The idea was simple. Get a room, 25 veterans from special operations, 25 people from finance, put them in a room, see what happens. Did not have a hotel, did not have any money, didn't really have any attendees. Our first emails and our first flyer it's almost laughable. I remember having things like TBD, sponsors TBD, or sample sponsors, and just going. Right. But that's such a good example, actually, of how speed was better than perfection. Because if we thought about perfection, planning an event of that size takes how many months? 3 months, 6 months.
How quickly did you
put
it together?
50 days.
50 days.
And that was the first event, got 50 people, 50 days, and around $50,000 of donations. Yeah. And it all came through just emphasizing speed and just figuring out on the way. Jumping out of the plane.
I was doubting it too. I was like, okay, we'll see what happens. But you put it off pretty perfectly.
And we did it. We did. No, we objectively pulled it off perfectly. And I think people are attracted to that urge for speed. And I think the other thing, the other vivid example of how we've lived this principle of speed over perfection is actually the Hybrid Family.
Yeah.
It was your idea to put this together, and rather than putting a well thought out, amazing video, it's just do it. Do the first one.
Just start it. And it just came to me one day. It's just like I look at how many days left before we see Ella. 28 days left. Let's just do it, Jordan. And then we sat in front of a camera, did it, and I literally spent less than half an hour watching a tutorial video of how to do the post-production. And I started doing it. And, any other little tricks can just come later.
Exactly. And since then, this is now our 23rd video.
Yes.
And every single video gets a little bit better. We learn a different technique.
But also, not just the post-production, but the way that we conduct our talk or our vlog, the intro, how we how we
Set up.
carry ourselves.
Yes. Both of us have gotten a lot more focused on finding valuable content and not necessarily thinking in sound bites, but in thinking and how to more effectively structure our message.
And our chemistry gets better on camera too.
Yeah, girl. So I think the number one reason why speed is greater than perfection is actually because the biggest hurdle, I think, in many projects is the first step.
Right. It's to start doing it. I mean, the idea can be shaped later.
It is true that how many projects have we thought about, or have you heard your friends and family talk about that they want to do? And then 6 months later, and then 12 months later, then 2 years later, it doesn't get done.
Right.
And I think it's actually tied very closely to fear, whether it's fear of being embarrassed or fear of maybe not living up to your own expectations.
Right.
Maybe it's because I just have no shame at all that I'm going to try ideas.
I think in some sense that's true, because and what you do that actually I think helps you put together projects quickly is that whenever you have an idea, you just announce it to the entire world, and your friends would be the one that kind of push you to finish that idea.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's still difficult.
The nature of the accountability.
Right. For me, it's still difficult because it's not that I don't live up to their expectation, but my own expectation. And so, again, I'm still learning, but this project just gives me a lot of encouragement that less than 23 days ago, I did not even know how to cut a video. And now I know a lot of the tricks.
You've learned an amazing amount, and we have discovered how creative you are and also how you have an eye for putting together video.
Right. So it's that just I guess another benefit of doing this. Just do it. Don't worry about being perfect. Is that you might surprise yourself. You might be really good at it that you didn't even know if you didn't try.
Exactly. So if you want to start emphasizing speed over perfection, what we have experienced is that the best way to do it is actually to go fast, go small, and iterate.
Start small. Yeah.
And so a great example of that is, let's say that you're trying out a new email marketing campaign. And rather than just emailing all 500 contacts or 1,000 contacts, what you should do is start with 5.
Right,
and then you refine
bites.
Your message. And then you send it to another 20. And then you refine your message. And you just keep on iterating. With deals on here, or when we're doing any type of marketing for Debt Maven or Elite Me, I just constantly refine it. And then you realize, okay, the message is good. Boom, send it out to more people. Now, please, if you have questions, if you have comments or any ideas, please comment here. And then
like here. And also, if you have any project that you have been wanting to do, share your projects. When you're being operated by a doctor, you probably do not. That's the last thing that is on your mind. That Jordan is laughing there.
What about being an English student?